my name is Kara Slivka. Elementary school sees children through some of the most formative years of their early life. It's where kids will do many of their firsts, such as reading a book or making friends. It's also where kids can be provided with a safe and nurturing environment while their parents are at work. Strong education doesn't just benefit the parents and children, though, it benefits everybody. Having a stronger education system means having a stronger community and a more promising future. That's why it's important that we all pay attention to what happens in education. There's been a lot of disagreement lately as to how schools should be funded, whether they should be funded, how much they should be funded, and that has led to a lot of important programs being cut from schools. This includes music, art, library, PE, which are also known as specialist classes. While people may not believe that specialist classes benefit children, studies show otherwise. My mom is an elementary school art teacher, and I get the opportunity to help out in her classroom quite frequently, where I see firsthand how kids benefit from having extra outlets like these during their school day. Research also backs up my personal experience, showing that specialist classes do in fact improve children's mental states and assist in their learning. With so many budget cuts being made, it's unfortunate that these programs might have to go away. In order to educate you on the importance of keeping these classes in elementary schools, I will explain how they benefit children by helping them build interpersonal skills, reduce stress, and improve their test scores. One of the most valuable things that kids can take away from school is learning how to communicate with one another. Specialist classes help build these communication skills and also teach kids how to express themselves. Researchers from University of Chicago's Consortium on School Research theorize that the emotional components of specialist classes can develop into social emotional skills, which can be taken with kids throughout life. When kids are learning in music and art class, they're not just learning how to sing or draw, they're learning how to express themselves and how to form opinions. They're also being encouraged to make mistakes, and they're learning how to process the difficult emotions that come with making those mistakes, and that's something that a lot of adults even struggle with. So while I've talked about the long-term positive effects of specialist classes, I'd also like to talk about the short-term effects. Art and physical activity both show a great reduction in stress in children. School can be overwhelming for anybody, let alone kids who are as young as 4 or 5 years old, and that high stress can lead to behavioral changes. I've seen firsthand how kids can have a shift in attitude when they do something calming like painting. In fact, even the kids who struggle the most in school seem to do the best in these specialist classes. A program called Art in Action talks about how art engages a different part of our brain, and when kids are able to stimulate a different part of their brain, they're more likely to go back and succeed in their schoolwork. Kids are also more likely to lose focus in school, as we know, and so the CDC has an article on their website called Health Benefits of Physical Activity for Children, where they have a specific bullet point talking about how kids who participate in physical activity have a better time retaining their memory and attention span. Teachers agree that when kids are able to get some of their energy out during the school day, they come back to the classroom more ready to learn. When kids have an easier time focusing and they have less of this stress, they also show an improvement in test scores. Former teachers and current teachers alike see improvements in all areas of school, including math, language, arts, science, and history, when kids are able to participate in specialist classes. Evidence also suggests that these changes can follow the kids throughout life. A journal by the American Psychological Association talks about the correlation between music and academic achievement. In fact, they studied several thousand high schoolers' test scores, and they saw a great positive increase in their test scores in the kids who participated in music. So if this is clearly making such a difference for older kids, why not start implementing these tools while the kids are still young so that they can use them as they grow throughout life? And that'll higher their possibility of succeeding. So when schools are properly funded and can afford these specialist classes, kids are put in a great position to succeed. Although these classes are not considered core parts of education, they still hold much value in helping kids learn to communicate, deal with difficult emotions, and improve their test scores. I think if more people had the opportunity to actually be in the classrooms like I have, they'd be more understanding as to how these classes are fundamental tools in elementary school learning. People are quick to brush them aside and chalk them up to a waste of money. To me, though, I think giving kids the best possible opportunity to succeed is priceless. Thank you.